A weakness of the first rank in the game Geller-Ostovic 1969 is obvious. However, the black rook can occupy the f1 square only with the support of its friend, which, alas, is pinned by the enemy queen. On rook e4, white will reply queen to d5. The moves rook f6 or king g7 suggest themselves, but these moves leave the queen of half to retreat to e1. Queen e4 exclaim leads to the goal, attacking the queen and freeing the rook from the pin. Now white either loses the queen or is mated on f1. The first rank is in danger here too. The d1 square, towards which the black rook is gazing unequivocally, is only defended by the queen. And in general, white's rear isn't protected by any kind of solid cover. Black wins by deflecting the queen with 2 tactical blows. Bishop a4 exclaim. Queen b5 exclaim. Or queen b3. In the game, German Walter 1926. The critical e1 square is guarded by 2 white pieces. The forces of attack and defense are balanced for now. However, the move queen c2 exclaim deflects one of the pieces from its duties. And bishop f4 follows queen takes c1. In this case, we come into contact with the direct destruction of a piece that is defending the rear. Here's another example. Simslov versus Lilienthal, 1941. Queen takes d6 exclaim. Black resigned. In the examples I've given, the weakness of the last rank was generally visible enough and the idea of exploiting it lay on the surface. Let's now get acquainted with a combination from the game Adams versus Torre, 1921. At first glance, Black's position doesn't give cause for concern, but there are two serious flaws in his position: the absence of a little window for the king and insufficient defense of the e8 rook, which is opposing white's doubled rooks. Thus the motif of the combination appears, the implementation of which is associated with a series of brilliant moves aimed at deflecting the black queen or c8 rook from the defense of the critical e8 square. Queen to g4, exclaim. Queen to b5. It's clear that black couldn't take the queen because of rook takes e8 check. Nor did queen d8. Work. The black queen is tied to the defense of the e8 rook. That is why 2a4 suggests itself. To drive the queen off the a4 e8 diagonal. But that move loses. Queen takes e2, exclaim. Queen takes c8. Rook takes e2. The aim can be achieved only by exceptionally beautiful queen sacrifices. Queen c4, double exclaim. Queen to d7. Queen to c7, double exclaim. Queen to b5. a4. Queen takes a4. If queen takes e2, rook takes e2. Rook e4, exclaim. Queen to b5. If h6. Queen takes b7, exclaim. Now all the squares on the a4 e8 diagonal are exposed to fire from the white pieces, and the e8 rook is left defenseless. Black resigned. 6 moves in a row, the white queen offered herself as a sacrifice for the sake of victory. Knowledge of this classical combination allowed Master Ravner to easily and quickly find a win 25 years later in a game with Kamshov, black. It isn't difficult to notice a superficial resemblance of this position to the previous one. Its solution is very similar, although less impressive. Queen a7, exclaim. Queen takes a6, exclaim. Black resigned.